All right, in this video lecture, we are going to look a little bit at some of the most recent data from the 2020 US Census and get a little bit of perspective on population change in the United States. And then we're even going to drill down to the state and the local level. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. This is from the Census Bureau. You can see the website up here, United States Census Bureau. And this is looking at 2020 population and housing state data. And this is pretty much hot off the presses. It hasn't been out too long, August 12th, 2021. I guess it's a couple of months, but doesn't seem like it's been out very long. But so here we go. What's the population of the United States? The official population in 2020, based upon the US Census, was 331,449,281. So that's the US population, okay? And this population change since the year 2000 is actually the slowest in quite some time in the United States. One of the slowest population growth rates in the history of the US Census. So that's a pretty big deal. So population is not growing rapidly, of course, but this may have implications for the economy and culture and a variety of other things. So what I want to do now is just go on and jump into. Well, actually, before we do, let's look at this. I didn't cover this part here. These are the states that are the largest states in the United States. These are ranked, okay, and you can see that Kentucky is pretty far down the list. Well, about halfway down the list, right there. Okay, and looking over here, these are the darker the blue, the more people there are in the state. And something I wanted to show you is about population density. I'm going to give you an idea about something. So let's look at right there's Connecticut. And notice here population density 744.7 people per square mile. That's a lot of people in a very small area. Now, the total population in 2020 was 3.6 million. Okay. Now, if we look at Kentucky, you can see that Kentucky is just a little bit bigger in population size than Connecticut, but people are more spread out across the state because there's more space. This is an interesting dynamic. So population density looks at how close people live together. And so, for example, New Jersey is, where's New Jersey ranked over here? It's ranked 11th. But, kind of an interesting dynamic before we look at Jersey. California and Texas are very large states in terms of space. So it makes sense that a lot of people could live there. But then you look at a place like New York, which is a little bit quite a bit smaller than California and Texas, but quite a bit of people live there. Okay. And then you start looking at population density. 428 people per square mile. Texas, 111 people per square mile. So Texas, a lot of people live there, but it's a really, really big state. New York, a lot of people live there, but it's a small place. So if you've ever been to New York City, you know how much density it is. A lot of people in a small area, right? So population density is something we look at in the field of demography. Let's look at Kentucky now. We are going to look at all counties in Kentucky. So let's try that again. Didn't go to Kentucky. There we go. So over here is the ranking of counties. You can see that Davis County is the 7th largest by population. Okay. And this is Davis County, and it actually grew by 6.9% based on compared to 2010. And I'll just grab McLean County as an example. McLean actually declined, -4%. And you see this also in Ohio County, a negative, not very much, but still negative increase. Muhlenberg County, negative. And so this is not surprising that in some of the smaller rural counties, population decline. Why does population decline? Because birth rate goes down or because people leave. And it might be interesting to look at what percent of people in Davis County moved to Davis County from someplace else. So migration patterns also affect population size. Um, at the same token, this is Louisville, Jefferson County. And notice how there are highly populated areas just outside. For example, um, Hardin County, right there, sixth largest. Boone County is up here by Cincinnati. Kenton is as well. Cincinnati is just right over here. Fayette County is Lexington area. But if you go down here to Bullitt County, again, that's by Louisville. Madison's over by Lexington. Campbell County is up by Cincinnati. And Davis County is a little bit closer to Henderson, but Henderson's not really considered a very populated county. As a matter of fact, it's pretty far down the list here. Where is Henderson? 24th. So about half the size in population that Davis County is. Okay. One last thing on population density: 225 people per square mile in Davis County, compared to Jefferson County, 2,000 people per square mile. Again, Louisville's a lot more dense than Davis County is, a lot more densely populated. So people, have space between one another, generally speaking, in Davis County, and people live really close together in Jefferson County, as an example. So that's a little bit of look at the some of the data from the US Census, and we're looking at the nation, the state, in Davis County, and a couple of additional indicators related to demography.